Good day, sir. I'm Marjorie Aniban from BSBA HR3D. I hope you're healthy and safe. This is my quiz 2. The Department of Labor and Employment of the Philippines follows a case flow process for handling labor-related disputes. Here, I will present the breakdown of the case flow. First, the case flow begins with the filing of complaint by the aggrieved party or the representative. The complaint is typically submitted to appropriate DOLE regional office or field office having jurisdiction over the workplace where the dispute arose. Second, upon receiving the complaint, the DOLE office may attempt to mediate or conciliate the dispute between the parties involved. A mediator or conciliator from DOLE office facilitates negotiations and discussions to help the parties reach a voluntary settlement. Third, if the dispute cannot be resolved through mediation or conciliation, the case may be referred to the single-entry approach. SENA is a streamlined process aimed at resolving labor issues quickly and amicably. A SENA desk officer facilitates the resolution process within a limited time frame. Fourth, if the dispute remains unresolved after SENA or if the case is not appropriate for SENA, a compliance conference may be scheduled. The compliance conference is conducted by the Labor Laws Compliance Officer who gathers evidence, conducts interviews, and assists the parties in reaching a settlement. Fifth, if the dispute remains unresolved after the compliance conference, the case may be referred to the legal service or legal department. The legal service reviews the case and conducts further investigation if necessary, and prepares a position paper or complaint for filing before the appropriate forum or agency. 6. The case is then forwarded to appropriate adjudication body, which may be the National Labor Relations Commission or the labor arbiter. Hearings are conducted, evidence is presented, and both parties have the opportunity to argue their case. The adjudicating body will render a decision based on the merits and applicable labor laws. 7. If either the party is dissatisfied with the decision of the adjudicating body, they may file an appeal. The appeals are generally filed with the NLRC or the Court of Appeals, depending on the nature of the case and the grounds for appeal. 8. If a decision becomes final and executory, meaning no further appeal is allowed or the appeal period has lapsed, the winning party may request the DOLE office or the adjudicating body to enforce the judgment and secure compliance with the decision. In the Philippines, labor disputes are handled by different agencies according to Supreme Court. The different agencies involving in handling labor dispute are first, the NLRC, that responsible for the adjudication of labor disputes. It has the authority to hear and decide cases involving unfair labor practices, termination disputes, wage and benefits claims, and other labor-related matters. Second is the BLR, is a specialized agency under the Department of Labor and Employment. It handles disputes related to certification of labor organizations, collective bargaining negotiations, and other labor relations issues. Third is Philippines Overseas Employment. This is tasked with regulating the recruitment and deployment of Filipino workers for overseas employment. It handles disputes related to overseas employment contracts, recruitment violations, and worker welfare concerns. First, the labor disputes typically heard at NLRC or National Labor Relations Commission are the following: unfair labor practices. This involve violation of labor rights such as interference with formation or administration of labor organizations, discrimination against employees based on union membership, or refusal to bargain collectively. Second is termination and dismissal cases. These disputes arise from employee termination or dismissals, including illegal dismissals, constructive dismissals, or cases involving labor standards. Third is labor standard and money claims. These disputes relate to issues such as minimum wage, overtime pay, holiday pay, and other monetary claims arising from employment. An appeal from the labor arbiter's decision to the NLRC may be taken first by filing a verified memorandum of appeal, and second by paying the appeal fees filed within 10 days calendar from receipt of a decision, award, or order of the labor arbiter. Second, the labor disputes typically heard at BLR or Bureau of Labor Relations are the following. Certification election disputes. These disputes concern the determination of majority union and an establishment through a certification election. Second is collective bargaining disputes. These involve negotiations between employers and employees regarding terms and conditions of employment, including wages, work hours, benefits, and working conditions. To appeal to the Court of Appeals from Bureau of Labor Relations according to Supreme Court, first, file a verified petition for certiorari. Second, file the petition within 60 days from the receipt of the BLR decision. Third, pay the required docket and other fees. Fourth, serve copies of petition to relevant parties. Fifth, include necessary documents to support your petition. 6. Follow procedural requirements set by the court. 7. Attend hearings and comply with court orders. Third, the labor disputes typically heard at Philippine Overseas Employment and Administration are the following. First, overseas employment-related disputes. The Philippine Overseas Employment Administration handles disputes involving overseas Filipino workers, such as recruitment violations, contract violations, illegal recruitment cases, and claims for unpaid salaries or benefits. Second, deployment-related disputes. These disputes pertain to issues like deployment bans, suspension of recruitment agencies, or other matters related to the deployment of Filipino workers abroad. To appeal to the Court of Appeals from the Philippine Overseas Employment Administration, first, file a verified petition for certiorari. Second, file the petition within 60 days from the receipt of the Philippine Overseas Employment Administration decision. Third, pay the required docket and other fees. Fourth, serve copies of the petition to relevant parties. Fifth, include necessary documents to support your petition. 6. Follow procedural requirements set by the court. 7. Attend hearings and comply with court orders.